some explanation about this anesthesia machine. Do you have any problem with it?
Yeah, even really it's difficult to mention because almost all of its part is not functional right now, because as you can see here, everything is taped here. You can see it here. I tied with plaster.
It is plastered, yes.
Yeah, it's plastered. As you can see here, it is plastered too. Here, still I plastered it. I repaired it as much as possible. Here, as you can see, I plastered it. Just as you can see here, there is also a plaster on the top of it. You can't see it from far actually. Here, got it. And even there are a lot of things that I could not mention at this level because I'm not such familiar with the machines. I know how to handle it rather than how to repair it. Just I could not detect it has its own leak. Even if I give some part of oxygen, not the percent I gave for the patient will reach the patient because it has its own leak. Not only the oxygen, it has also a leak. Since it has a leak, there are inhalational agents here. When I give the patient may feel pain. Due to the machine has its own leak, the patient will not gain enough concentration of inhalational agents.
This is because of the partly non-functional of its different parts, so that the patient under anesthesia is not getting what he has to get.
Yeah, that is.
So
and
what
I need to add here is that the only anesthetist who is familiar with this machine, because I prepared it here. If other new anesthetists or anyone will come, they could not anesthetize the patient with this machine because I know how many oxygen percent I have to give for the patient because my machine has leaked. I know how many anesthetic agents or inhalational agents I need to give for my patients. It's not the normal dose. I should increase the dose of the inhalational agent because the machine has its own leak. The thing I have put for the patient here did not reach my patient, so I need to increase the dose. The machine has leak, and I don't think that other new anesthetist or any new anesthetist to this hospital, to this machine, cannot handle this patient. The patient may will lose his life.
Oh, this is very dangerous. And for how long the machine is having these problems?
I'm not sure that when I came here, you know that there was one anesthetist before me here. He showed me everything about this machine. Maybe before him, he has served here for 4 years as an anesthetist. I don't know the accurate years from where it was not functional. I thought it may be more than 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. So for the last 3 years, you have been using this problematic anesthesia machine, which is a great frustration for the recovery of the patient under operation. So, how do you be sure that by increasing the amount you are supplying to the patient is sufficient for his life?
Actually, I don't have other thing. What I do have is depending on patient's vital signs. Actually, as you see here, this one is the mini monitors. It will monitor only blood pressure, non-invasive blood pressure, and the pulse oximetry. I will depend upon these two monitors, even though they are not accurate. I will depend on them and on my own vision, and I will increase the dose of anesthesia that is important for my patient. Actually, not only anesthesia machine, my monitoring has also its own problem. I don't depend on my monitors. I can't believe that because sometimes if I will not attach to the patient, it will read by itself. That means the machine has its own defects. I cannot detect by this time because I'm not familiar to the machine so much. But I know only how to use it, how to operate it, rather than how to repair it. I'm not sure about that, but I will depend on my own techniques.
Okay, thank you. Would you tell me a few points about this operation bed, which is very rusty down here. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, it is difficult to say this one is standardized or operation table because standardized or table has its own unique properties, and this one is not. I don't think this one is the standard or table because or table has its own parts, the flexible parts. This one have nothing. It's not flexible. Just it's rather you can call it a bed. It's a normal. It's not an order table because if it's an order table, it should be flexible to the right, to the left, up, down, and to the position we want. But this one, the patient will sleep just like other bed, and we will operate over it. This one is not a standardized water table. It is not appropriate for certain operation. For example, nephrolectomy and other operations that needs other than supine position. This one is not standard water table. I cannot call it is water table.
Thank you so much. To conclude our interview for this time, in this OR room, what is the greatest problem you have?
The greatest problem I do have is that I will call from major anesthesia machine total monitoring. Even the anesthesia I'm giving here is not to standard, just only to save life, not to kill, to save life. These are my major problems here.
Okay, for what purposes you are using this anesthesia machine?
Actually, to standard, this anesthesia machine should be available to every operation, whether it is minor or major. It should be available and fully functional. Actually, I will use to the patients who will gonna take general anesthesia. That means total sedation, the patient put to sleep, relaxation. In such cases, it's a must-have. But in general, this anesthesia machine should be available in the OR, whether it is minor or major, because we don't know what will happen to the patient. Minor thing will complicate and go to the major operation, so it should be available for every procedure that will gonna be done in the OR.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guta. Would you tell us the condition of this instrument X-ray machine that you are using here?
Yeah, I can tell you. X-ray machine that we are using, even this one, is very old machine. We got it from Germany as a donation, and it was served there for many times for army, you know. Some of the parts are very rusty, and we tried to repair many times, even in a year, sometimes 2 times in a year, we have to call for the technician to repair it, but it is almost to go out.
So you mean that its deviation rate is very high?
Yes, it deviates, and sometimes it deviates very high, or it deviates very low sometimes, and the radiation authority is inspecting each time, and they are not happy with this machine that we are even using, and we completely need an X-ray machine now.
Which is very new.
Yes, we need the best one. But because we are doing very much X-rays, we have car accidents and different kinds of accidents, falling from trees, and from buildings, and many TB patients we have. So for surgical department also, the surgeons need X-ray, you know, to do most of their works, and we are very much in need.
Okay,
we are very much in need. Yes.
Using this old machine, which has high deviation or very low devaluation,
yes,
what do you think the outcome of the patient, the curability of the patient?
Yeah, that is the problem, you know. we cannot sometimes get good diagnosis. The doctor cannot diagnose very well. Sometimes it will be darker than we need, and sometimes very light, which is very bad for diagnosis, you know. That is why we really need new X-ray machine.
What is the problems in this department, laundry?
Kutaa laundry yookiin immoo lafa miiccaa kana keessatti rakkinni isin qabdanii inni cimaanii maali?
Rakkina maashiniiti.
We have a problem of washing machine.
What happened to the machine?
Machine isin karaan dura qabdanii maal ta'e?
Maashiniin kana dura qabnu cabee waggaa galaafate.
The previous washing machine we had is broken and it is not functioning for 4 years.
Okay, this is the older machine. You mean that?
Kana miti machine ati jedhu. Yes, this washing machine.
Okay, so without washing machine, I think it's difficult to use human power because it may take time and other problems. And what other problems you are facing in this laundry room?
Harkaan miicuuni yookiis namni humna namaatiin miicuudhaafi rakkina tokko jira dafeesii miicamu. Kanaaf rakkinni biraan inni fiduu danda'u maal ta'e yoo inni harkaan miicamu kun?
Tokkoffaan wayyaan nu qullaa. Lammaffaan immoo dhukkubi daddarbaan jiru waan ta'eef harkaan miicuun keenya immoo miidhaa fide.
One, it is not good work. I mean, they cannot clean it as a machine, and the cleaning they do or we do here is now not as good as when we have a machine and wash with the machine. And also there are some communicable diseases and they have contact with blood, human blood, and it is not safe for the workers washing here. These are our main problems we have in this department.
Good. As a hospital, there must be a washing machine because of the problems you have been explaining. And what is your hope in getting this washing machine, a new one?
Akkuma amma dubbattee rakkinni adda addaa jira. Rakkinoota kana hambisuudhaaf gara fuulduraatti maashinii argachuudhaaf abdii isin qabdan maal? Our hope is just to request the administration to buy a new one or get wherever they can get it for us, that we can use the washing machine instead of human power here. This is only our hope.
So in this laundry department, you don't have washing machine. You use manual washing, with its problems. It takes time. Infection prevention is under dangerous, and the clothes which you are washing is not so much cleaned, and drying is also one problem. So thank you for giving your opinion.
Thank you.
Please, would you tell us the very current problems of this hospital?
Okay, thank Dr. Gamecho. Gimbie Adventist Hospital has been serving the community since the late 1940s. There are two main buildings. We have the new building, which was built around 10 years ago. And what you're seeing now is the emergency room. This is the new building. It was built around 9 or 10 years ago. And we have the old buildings. The old buildings, we are talking of the outpatient department, which is, if you can pan and let them see the old OPD.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, it's an old building, and the problem there is that it is too congested. The rooms are very small. There are only around 3 rooms for physicians, and we see around more than 100 to 200 patients every day. And the room is very small. It's only around 3 by 4 square meters.
You mean this block?
This is the block of the OPD.
Okay.
And so the patients are cramped in when they are waiting for their turn to be seen by the doctor. And it has no toilet facilities for patients and for staff as well.
Okay.
So this is really an old building. And if you can please show the road. As you can see, during the rainy season, there is a pool of water on the ground, and it becomes muddy. So that when patient goes inside the hospital, they bring with them the mud.
With their legs.
With their feet and with their shoes. Come summertime, it becomes very dusty, and the dust, especially when vehicles pass by the road, the dust enters the hospital, it enters the room, it enters all the other the wards, so it brings a problem. So there is a really need to have this paved, either with asphalt or with cement. So this will hopefully reduce the dust and the mud going inside the hospital, and it can contribute in making our hospital clean.
Good. Really, it is sad to see this muddy and water stored over here. And as a hospital, its immediate premise must be clean or asphalted, but ours is different. And what's the way of overcoming this critical problem?
As I've mentioned, this should be paved either with asphalt or with cement. I think asphalt will be cheaper. The length of road is maybe around 500 meters from here to the service road, to the main road, I should say. So this is one of the challenges that we have.
Okay. Do you have points to say about the equipment? It has been pointed out that the hospital is using all the tools, partly functioning, partly not functioning, or completely not functioning, as in the case of the washing machine in the laundry department.
We have so many challenges at Gamecho. Infrastructure, we have challenges. Equipments, we have challenges, as you have mentioned. Going to the operating room, our surgical instruments are already worn out. They have not been replaced for many years, and they need to be replaced. The clamps are not clamping properly. The scissors are not cutting properly. Then we also have our anesthesia machine. Our anesthesia machine that we use for general anesthesia is run down, and it's only because we have a very good anesthetist who is able to make use of it. Otherwise, we expect it to completely run down in a few more months or years. And then, as you have mentioned, the washing machine. The industrial type washing machine that we have, it's one, and it is not functional. And then we have also many challenges in the wards. Our beds, they are old, they are antiquated, they are not functioning, and they need to be replaced. So there are so many things that we need to change in our hospital. Not only the equipments and the infrastructure, there are so many challenges.
Good. The other thing, do you have any plan for the future? Do you have dream do you have a long-term strategy to improve the condition of this hospital?
Yes, yes, thank you for mentioning that. We have a 5-year plan, and this 5-year plan includes a comprehensive development plan on how the hospital should be 5 years from now. It addresses the congestion in the OPD by creating a new building. It also has plans for upgrading the equipments, and also it also has plans for developing our staff. So these are all in the 5-year plan, and I would suggest friends of Gimbie Adventist Hospital, they can check on the website. Once you have that website, and they can see the 5-year plan.
Yeah, this hospital, as the only Adventist hospital remaining as church property, is a historic hospital, and I hope it has many friends and partners around the world, particularly in the United States of America. And is there any possibility of involving such friends in the development of the hospital?
Yes, of course. We welcome any entity or any group of people who wants to help the hospital. Financially, we are not really doing very well because we rely on user fees, and you all know too well that our clients are from the poor communities around us.
Okay.
So we try to limit the cost of providing service to these patients, and we solely rely on that. We don't receive any government funding.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't receive any substantial funding from NGOs, so we really rely mainly for our operation and income the user fees, and it is at a very low price because we have to keep it low because we are serving mostly the poor people of Gimbie.